Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm Taylor. This is the Cradle Forge. I hope you liked my last video. It was a lot of fun to make, and so I thought I'd make another one. So I feel like with Mecha Month, we can't really have Mecha Month unless we explore Transformers. From the movies, the comic books, the TV shows, I'm sure a lot of you can relate in some way, and I feel like it'd be nice to go through the stuff I have in my collection today so you can kind of see what I like to collect in terms of Transformers. So today we're going to go through the top 100 Transformers figures in my collection. No, I'm kidding. We're going to look at the top 5. If we did the top 100, my wife would hate me. And you probably hate me too. And I'd probably hate myself if I had to edit all those different takes and rankings. So let's get into it. Before we start the video, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Please leave comments so that I can make sure I can go through it and make better content for you guys. And let's get on to the video.
Now, no ranking can be a ranking without some honorable mentions. The first on this list is the 3-0 DLX Megatron from Revenge of the Fallen. The figure didn't make the list just because it didn't have some cool light effects. I've seen older figures of the same figure that do have cool light effects on the jetpack system in the cannon. I wish 3-0 did that, but overall, a great figure, great die cast. It's really posable. The legs move really cool. They have a little tire tread that move as you pose the figure or bend the knee, but great figure overall. Looks great next to Optimus Prime as well. The next figure on the list is the jet-powered Optimus Prime from the same movie I previously showed with Megatron. The reason why this figure didn't make the list is just because it is one earthquake away from exploding to a million pieces. It's like working with a Gundam model kit as you try and pose this thing. Overall, this figure is great. It has some really cool light effects. You can use all the accessories from Optimus Prime, and you can take apart Jetfire to do that. I kind of wish that they just gave you the accessories and you could still keep Jetfire, but overall, this is a great figure. The final figure on this honorable mentions list is the Blitzwing. It would have been on the top 5, but I feel like there were a few figures that really surpassed it. This figure is great. It has some cool swap out accessories, and it's honestly, if I was doing top 6, this would be number 6 on there. But I really like this figure, and it's hard to find nowadays, and I think it's worth a lot of money now. But it's a really cool figure. I just love the detail. I love the presence. I kind of wish it was Starscream, but I guess 3-0 is making a Starscream now, so that's kind of something to look forward to. All right, let's start with number 5. It is the 3-0 DLX Optimus Prime from Rise of the Beasts. Now, the reason why this figure isn't further up is just because I feel like there's a couple more figures that look way cooler and have better accessories, but we'll get into that later. This figure's great. It has some great accessories. You get 2 swords, 2 axes, and 2 cannons. The cannons do light up, and you get this cool head. I actually swapped the head out and got a Dino Model Shop head. It looks a lot better, way more movie accurate, and it has a magnetic swap out mouth plate. I like this figure a lot. But the reason why it's not further up is because Rise of the Beast is not my favorite movie. I feel like, let's be honest, it's probably a hot take, but there haven't been a lot of great Transformers movies. I mean, besides the first Transformers movie, maybe Bumblebee, and maybe Dark the Moon, there hasn't been really much. The writing wasn't great, and I feel like they kind of were lazy, and it felt more like a Saturday morning cartoon, which I do love, but I was hoping to get something more cinematic when I went to the movies to see this. I feel like the story was kind of lacking, but I also didn't like that they redesigned Optimus from what he looked like in the Bumblebee movie. I feel like he looks a little bit skinnier and less intimidating, I guess. He's still intimidating and still awesome, but they kind of toned him down from what he did in the first 8 minutes in Bumblebee. Like, he completely wiped the floor to all these different Decepticons, and then you come and see, and he faces against 3 new enemies, and you barely see him actually show that he's Optimus Prime. But overall, I think this is a really great figure. It has some cool posability. It looks really cool. The painting's phenomenal. I mean, I expect nothing else from 3-0, and I do kind of like, there's a few features I do like. I do like that they did the cool little silver paneling on the chest area, which looks really cool. And I love that you can actually pose this thing overall. In the number 4 spot, we have the 3-0 DLX Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie. I love that this figure calls back to the G1 era, where he turned to a Volkswagen Bug, and I love that its proportions were updated a little bit so it doesn't look like a mess of mechanical parts like they did in the Michael Bay movie. I think 3-0 did a great job nailing this, and the proportions look great. I also love that you can swap out the back door panel so you can give it kind of a wing look if you wanted to. And the battle mask on this thing looks just like a Hornet, which is awesome. Overall, this figure is great. I used to have the premium version of this, but I got rid of it just because it felt like this one had more die cast in the scale. And I understand why. I mean, it's probably like Hot Toys when you scale up Iron Man, you can't use all die cast. But overall, it's a really great figure, and I love this thing. This was actually 3-0's first figure in the DLX line, but sorry, I mean in the DLX for Transformers. I don't know if they have other figures that they did in the DLX line, but overall, this is an awesome figure and a must-have in my collection. But probably will never get rid of this thing. I actually tossed out the box because I will never plan to sell it. In number 3, we got my boy Soundwave. This figure is awesome. This is also from the Bumblebee movie and also from 3-0's DLX line. I believe they took the body from the 3-0 DLX Optimus Prime from the same movie and just did new parts, but overall it gives a really cool look, and it is a live action transition from the G1 era Soundwave. This looks so much better than what they had in Dark of the Moon, and I like the overall design. I also love that the open chest cavity area, you can open it up and pull out Ravage and actually unfold them, so you get kind of a 2-for-1 with this figure. This figure has great die cast. The posability is great. You can move a lot of the panels and legs to get into these really tight poses. You also can move up to kind of the abdomen section so you can get more flex, get that more spinal area shown up. You can also get some cool poses with Ravage. You can kind of make it look like Ravage is coming out of the chest area and make it look like he's actually going to attack somebody. But this is a great figure. I really like what 3-0 did with the G, kind of like designing these, and I like that Travis Knight went the G1 approach and when he made the Bumblebee movie and showed off the cool design there. All right, in the number 2 spot, we have Robo Jesus himself, the Optimus Prime, as he was presented in the Bumblebee movie. He looks awesome. I love that Travis Knight took the G1 style and transitioned it into a live action version. I mean, this is what we've been asking for, and this is from the first 8 minutes. This is the Cybertron mode, where he totally wiped the floor with Decepticons. I think this figure is a great figure. I don't know what more to say. I mean, I love that the paint's a little bit better than what the Earth mode was from a couple years ago. That was actually my first figure from 3-0, and I like that they kind of updated it. They updated the eyes so that the eyes are the right blue. I like that the chest area is a little bit more clear. You can actually see the underworkings of his chest area, where before it was all just like a solid black color. Overall, I love this figure, and I think it would be number 2, or it would be number 1, but it's number 2 just because it's missing some accessories. I mean, you get this cool map, the array of hands, and you get the cool blaster that comes with him. But I feel like number 1 is more deserving of the number 1 spot, but we'll see that in a sec. But let me know in the comments what you think. But overall, I feel like they should have kept this design going. I wish they did this in the Rise of the Beast movie, but oh well, here's the hoping. All right, for number 1, I'm putting my boy Optimus Primal. This is from the 3-0 DLX line as well. As you can see, there's a kind of a repeated pattern. This figure is awesome. It calls back to my childhood like nothing else. I grew up watching Beast Wars, sneaking out in the morning and being late to school because of it. This figure is really great in the whole overall design. They did a great callback to Beast Wars by doing a repaint of the Rise of the Beast body, which is great, but overall I feel like they could have done this instead. What I love about it too is that on top, it actually has these cool missile pods that you can push, and they shoot out these spring-loaded missiles. And they did the same thing in the 90s, and that's what I used to collect. I guess you could say my collection started with those, and then over time my mom got rid of them, sadly, but oh well. They fell apart anyway. But this figure is awesome just because it has the great posability. You can do tons of different poses that I don't feel like you can achieve with Hot Toys nowadays. Maybe Iron Man, but it's tough. You'll worry about scratching the paint, and these are significantly cheaper. Probably about, you know, the most I see them are probably about $250. But this paint job is also great. They have like the cool navy blue on the fur pieces that match the style of the 90s, as well as they have the little white accents and red accents they put on the body to help kind of bring out the different joints on the entire system. But this figure is awesome. 3-0 did awesome on these figures. I love what 3-0's been doing, and I hope they keep it up. I hope we get more from the Rise of the Beast. It'll be cool to get Cheetor, maybe Rhinox. I mean, 3-0, if you're watching this, let's bring those guys out too. They'll be awesome. But overall, I put this at number 1 for those reasons. I think this figure is perfect. There's nothing I would change. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you liked the ranking. Please leave your comments if you have any other rankings you might want to share with me. But overall, I think 3-0 does a great job, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.